torso stability. So welcome to our series where we're trying to improve that golf swing with those physical limitations. So if you've got any injuries or restrictions where you feel a bit tight, we've covered so far, we've covered knee, shoulder, lower body, upper body, we've covered the hamstrings, so please check them out. We've just done very subtle changes in your setup and various different tweaks here and there, which won't cause too much difference in the feeling of how you're stood to the ball, but it will have a massive effect on when you're trying to execute that swing. It will just make things so much easier, so much freer when you've potentially been trying to achieve something which is physically impossible for you to achieve and banging your head against a brick wall and getting frustrated. So this is the aim of that series. So the torso stability is basically the top half where you're turning and the bottom half is just collapsing underneath, so which can cause a tremendous amount of inconsistency. So the bottom half will potentially turn first, which will then cause you then to load the lead leg. The club will then go quite on a flat plane, and that will cause you to then the sequence will be wrong on the downswing and your timing will be out, which will cause a lot of inconsistency in the shot. So I've got 3 very simple drills, very effective, which will help improve that stability of that bottom half. We're looking for mobility against stability. So our first drill was that upper body waggle. So when you're stood to it, you're making sure the bottom half stays nice and still, and you're just doing that first part of the takeaway, making sure the bottom half is nice and still, and you're taking away with that top half, so you're feeling that restriction with that bottom half, so it's not just collapsing underneath you and going first. So you're getting that bottom half nice and stable, and the top half nice and mobile. So you're just practicing that first bit of the swing, which will just give you that feeling to begin with. Just get the idea that the bottom half is nicely under control. Our second drill is with our mini band. So we're trying to put some kind of restriction in that bottom half, so it's concentrating on stability rather than collapsing underneath when the torso is trying to be mobile. So that makes a huge difference, trying to put that resistance in there in that bottom half. So I'll show you. It's hard enough getting in the thing, to be fair, but once you've achieved that, then you're away. I think that's the hardest bit about the whole drill, really. So the blue is quite solid. You've got 4 different options in the mini band. I would recommend the green. The green is, so you've got the yellow, which is quite restricted enough. It goes yellow, green, blue, then black. Black is just unbelievably tight. So I'd play between the green and the blue. I think the green would be the one I would recommend the most if you're just easing yourself into it. Depends how powerful you are on the legs. I've got it just above the knee line, just slightly on the start of the quad muscle there, really, so it's not really impacting that knee. Get yourself in your normal stance position, and then you'll feel that restriction. So then the bottom half is concentrating on staying stable, while the top half can then be mobile, and it makes a huge difference. It depends obviously how exaggerated the bottom half is collapsing, but you'll feel the difference. You'll then feel the difference of that top half turning against a very stable bottom half, and you can hit a shot with it. That's no problem, and it does create a tremendous amount of difference in stability and power as well, because then suddenly the bottom half is in more contact with the ground, so you've got that ground force driving through that shot. So it does feel, once you get used to it, it does feel really good when you're hitting that shot down there. So I think this is a very effective drill and definitely worth giving a go to try and get that bottom half more stable. Our third and final drill is our extra hip hinge, so just a little bit more extra hinge from the hips, which will actually make the weight and everything more stacked, so you will then be a little bit more stable on that bottom half, combined with a merry-go-round drill, which I think is a very good drill. That's a drill from the TPI boys, which I think is very effective. So you put your club across your chest, get your club head so it's in sync, so it's the toes pointing up, and then you've got that turn with the torso, so you're rotating that back, and then you're also applying where you've got the shoulder blade in the correct position, and if you're turning the torso, that club will be putting down, the butt of the club will be putting down towards the ball, the blade will be in the correct position, and then you can even use it where you can turn the bottom half first, which will bring that club back down to the correct position at impact. If you were to then lead with the top half, that would come over it. But the main point of the drill is to make sure that you're turning that top half, so you're getting that angle with that club, so the club's then on plane. If you turn the bottom half, it will be quite flat, so you'll see that, and then the club is in the wrong position. So it will just help you get that feel of turning that torso. A very good, effective drill to get used to turning the top half of the body and the bottom half being nice and stable. So combining those three very simple but effective drills, then you should be able to achieve that mobility against that stability and improve that swing. Any questions or comments, please send them through. Give us a good thumbs up, subscribe, so click on the logo when that appears in the screen, and I'll see you soon.